everybody! Hi! Welcome back to your regular online bayan here at Q Cafe. Ayan, maraming salamat po for joining us again this evening for another fun-filled session. And I'm so excited to introduce to you our guest speakers for tonight. Let me just share my screen so that you can watch this video first. So I have two videos here. So tonight, like what my title for this live session is, it's Keeping the Love Alive. So panoorin po muna natin ang video na to. Ayan, let me just share. There you go.
Hi, I'm Lucy. I remember my entire single life was devoted to my career. I was a senior executive assistant and the chairman and CEO of Unilever Philippines. I was happily committed serving top management. It was a 12-hour grinding and challenging career. I was able to keep my sanity because of my personal relationship with Jesus. I find comfort and companionship bearing out my loneliness to Him, especially on special occasions in February and in December, where He felt the loneliness even starker when families gathered with their loved ones and children. One Saturday evening, I was then past 40, and I told my Lord that I was surrendering my love life to Him because I said I was pretty tired of waiting despite the fact that I had many eligible suitors. I must admit I was very choosy because I told God not only is He a Christian, but I want a godly man who loves the Lord more than me. That had always been my prayer. My favorite song that time was, "In His Time, He makes all things beautiful in His time." One Saturday night conversation with God, I said, I surrendered my will to His will to be single for life. But I told God if He could encourage me at least, that the following day, hope I could meet a fellow Christian, specifically from CCF. Lo and behold, I saw Johan Kusumring, who was with CCF. And I saw him in our pioneering church. I asked him why he was there. He simply told me that he prayed that God would send him to a church where he was needed. So Johan was helping in our pioneering church as a Bible study teacher. Not only that, he invited Nelson to preach that Sunday. When I saw Nelson, I secretly admired his looks. I told myself, he looks gentle. His simplicity and gentlemanly ways riveted my attention. And I was observing at his ends, no wedding ring. When he began to preach, oh boy, my heartbeat pulsated strongly and I couldn't sleep. The rest is history because that will be another love chapter in my life.
Hi, I'm Nelson. I think God has a weird sense of humor. After I graduated from college, I had a series of jobs but no girlfriend. By the time I reached 35, I was at the peak of my career, being country manager for a multinational company. Then the Asian currency crisis hit and I was retrenched. This time, I had no job and no girlfriend. For the next 2 years, I was jobless. My savings went down to zero and my self-esteem went down to negative. Oh yeah, I sent out resumes, I contacted headhunters, I went to interviews, but I was rejected again and again. Lonely, broke, tired, I prayed to God, Lord, I've had enough. I will leave it to you to restore my broken career. But for the meantime, I want to serve you for the rest of my life. How? By teaching the Bible. Then, a friend named Yon Kusumring contacted me. He was part of a pioneer church and they need guess what? A Bible teacher. Can I help? Sure, why not? I said. The first time I stepped into that church was also the first time I set eyes on this beautiful woman dressed in white sleeveless blouse and white baggy pants. I think that was Marks and Spencer. I saw Lucy from afar and when she smiled at me, the dimples already made my heart go a flutter. And when her eyes met mine, my faith is sealed. Soon enough, Lucy joined my Bible study group, and from the facilitated discussions, I got to know more about her. We started dating, and our love grew deeper. Before, I had a job, no girlfriend. Then, no job, no girlfriend. Now I have no job, but I have a girlfriend. I simply can't win. We wanted to get married, so we asked God for help. A few days later, a headhunter pulled my resume out of the blue and called me for an interview. Long story short, now I had both a new job and girlfriend. And 1 year later, we tied the knot. And the rest, as they say, is romantic history. 17 happy years later, Lucy is still my girlfriend.
Ayan. Okay, so let me shift to my next video.
Mama, bakit po? May pasok po kayo. Naku, wala to anak. Napanggalang si
Ang mapaglarong ngiti ng ina ang nagtulak kay Toni na hindi magpalinlang sa mga kasinungalingang nakikita.
I found her weak that she cannot protect herself. That's where I got the mindset na I need to be strong. It was that time that I'm beginning to create a vow that I don't want to grow up like her. We did not have much attention from my dad, and dad is always away. I tried to be in the trunk of the car. Among many, I witnessed my dad going to somebody else's house in Mandaluyong. And that confused me because if we are the family, what did I witness? It has hurt me.
Sa takot na iwan ng ama, sinikap niyang kumita ng pera at itaguyod ang sarili.
Afterwards, a mindset started that I don't want to be poor. In fact, I want to be rich at 26.
Upang punan ang kakulangan sa kanyang puso, siya ay nakipagrelasyon na humantong sa isang kasalanan.
I got pregnant at 15, but we made a decision to abort it because I was afraid not to finish school. Another strong mindset came in. I need to recover my reputation.
Nang siya ay makapagtapos ng pag-aaral, agad siyang nakapagtrabaho bilang assistant manager sa isang bangko. Dito niya nakilala ang kanyang kliyente na nagreto sa kanya kay John na galing sa isang mayamang pamilya.
Ito na yung pagkakataon ko na to get out of my first relationship. And I thought the son of my client is a good catch.
Ikinasal ang dalawa at agad ding nabiyayaan ng mga anak. Kasabay sa paglaki ng kanilang pamilya, lumaki rin ang kanilang gastusin at naging dagok kay Toni nang mawala ng interes ang asawa sa negosyo ng kanyang mga magulang.
And partly that was the reason why I married him. That's why it disappointed me big time.
I belong to a big family. I had this experience na hindi masyadong nabibigyan ng attention. I also have this perception that my brother and sister were the favorites. That led to the bitterness that I tried to avoid being that business. Kasi nga, ayoko magkaroon ng conflict.
I stepped in to be the provider. I made sure I will achieve a very good position. And then when someone offered me to do business, I accepted it, even if eventually it developed to an adulterous relationship. I actually justified that anyway I put food in the table, anyway I can make the family travel. I did not see anymore the danger, number one. And I also did not see that it's a sin, because I'm beginning to just justify that I'm on track. I even became a millionaire earlier.
Higit 10 taon siyang labas-pasok sa pakikipagrelasyon sa iba't ibang lalaki.
That time, I tried to feel good. Anyway, I still go home to the family. No one knows what I'm doing. No one knows that I have been cheating on my husband.
I devoted a lot of my time sa work ko, not realizing that I'm taking time away from my family. Pero there was a time na nahuli ko siya. Naiwan niya ang cellphone sa bahay. And when I read, I saw a lot. Coming from an unidentified person. I tried to call that. Sumagot lalaki.
Hello, Tony.
And that led me to also further create a world of my own.
Gayunpaman, labis na nakonsensya si Tony sa tuwing maaalala ang kanyang mga anak.
While I thought I was working for the future of my children, I didn't realize that I'm actually destroying their future by being not there again, like what I experienced when I was younger, the emptiness, the no attention, the no recognition. I see reality that I'm hurting my children. I'm tired pretending a different life because I know it's a very sad, empty, lonely life.
Hanggang isang araw, natauhan si Tony sa kasalanan. Nangyayain siya ng kaibigan na dumalo sa isang Bible study. Ito niya nakinggan ang salita ng Diyos.
I kinda got touched with the question, are you really happy? Is God asking you to forgive anyone? Is there any relationship that God wants you to give up? They asked lang na who needs to be freed from the crazy cycle. And I said that's me. I found myself crying. I don't know what to say. Ang naalala ko na sabi ko lang is, Dear God, I miss you. But deep in my heart, I think I was asking, where were you? And do I still have a chance to change? Because I feel I don't know myself anymore.
Kasama ang buong pamilya, nakibahagi sila sa mga church services, retreats at trainings. Ngunit patuloy na naglalaban ang kanyang puso't isipan, kaya naman hindi siya agad nakaalis sa bitag ng kasalanan.
Sadly, I found myself falling into another adulterous relationship. It pains me so much because I already experienced the peace and living a life pleasing to God. That's the time I made a choice that I will stop everything. But Lord, help me go through it.
Sa oras na yon, humingi siya ng kapatawaran sa Diyos at tuluyan na niyang tinanggap si Jesus bilang Panginoon at tagapagligtas.
So I have to go back to the truth that just submit to Him, just obey Him, and He will take care of the rest.
Naglakas loob siyang aminin sa asawa ang nagawang pagtataksil.
I will lose my reputation. I might lose my properties, but it's just that the trust in Jesus is very strong.
Giving up the business.
Bakit?
I'm so sorry. I'm having an affair with you.
That was really a heartbreaking one. And to be honest about it, a lot of things went on in my mind during that time. I had this choice to hurt her, to get a revenge, to hurt myself.
Because I was expecting He would hurt me, He would tell me na masama kang tao, papalayasin ka na lang namin. I only have 3,000 that time in my bag, but I was ready. If it will happen, I was ready. And to my surprise, He just held me, and then I was not expecting He would embrace me. And I was not expecting that He would tell me, I forgive you.
I just don't know why I forgave her. It was hurtful. It was painful. But it gave me somehow peace. It gave me the opportunity to look at God.
That's the time I was like shouting from my heart, Jesus, Jesus, you're so good. God, thank you.
Para tuluyang maghilom ang mga sugatang puso at maayos ang kanilang pagsasama, sumailalim sila sa marriage counseling at recovery program ng Glorious Hope. Pinagtapat na rin nila sa mga anak ang pinagdaanang pagsubok.
God is so amazing in protecting their hearts to just openly receive our confession. I knew God's hand was there, playing a big part in our healing. It's an ongoing decision of still forgiving each other. So I am always in awe how God turned around our life, how He restored fast, very quick, our relationship.
One word that will best describe our marriage right now is blessing. Hindi lang our relationship, but it's a love triangle, I would say, that would point up and si God sa taas. That's the relationship now.
Pinatawad na rin ni Tony ang kanyang mga magulang, lalo na ang kanyang ama, bago pa man ito pumanaw.
No sin so deep that God cannot reach. No family so broken that He cannot restore.
Ngayon, si Toni ay isa ng motivational speaker, image consultant, at corporate trainer.
After experiencing the freedom that God has given me, I am now living an amazing life focused on inspiring others, creating a positive impact, helping everyone to live an extraordinary life inside and out.
And yay! So that is the video of our speakers for this evening. So without further ado, let me introduce to you our power couples for tonight. Sir Nelson D is an author, a speaker, a trainer on career, relationship, and spirituality issues. He has written 10 books to date, including How to Mend the Broken Heart, How Do I Know You're the One, and The Honeymoon Never Ends. Wow! The last book won 2012 Gintong Aklat for the inspirational category. Ayan, he is also a career columnist for Philippine Star from 2008 to 2017 and has written numerous magazines and blog articles. He is an active Toastmasters, a global organization dedicated to helping people become better public speakers and leaders. Miss Lucy Cheng D is his husband, shock, sorry, kinakabahan ako. Parang ang power couple talaga na kasama ko yung nakakakaba. Ayan. So, Miss Lucy naman, she has worked with Unilever Philippines for 30 years. Oh my gosh, that's the dedication. Her last post being the Senior Executive Assistant for the Chairman and CEO. Despite being retired from Unilever, she remains active as a Chief of Staff for another company. She is currently in a work-from-home basis. She is also active in the volunteerism committee of the Union Church of Manila. She loves reading and gardening, cooking, watching movies, and managing the household. Ayan. And the other couple naman that I would like to introduce is, of course, the last video that you watch is Mr. John Miranda and Miss Toni Miranda. Toni helps to future-proof leaders by strengthening their impact and influence, improve business relationships, and increase productivity through professional soft skills development programs. She is a world-certified image strategist, executive coach, and transformational speaker for over 20 years of experience in the corporate world and retail industry. She is also a certified points of view practitioner in the Philippines and a Hague International leader. John helps to empower leaders in the marketplace by sharing godly principles in leadership, marketing, people management, and operations. And he has been in the banking industry with over 25 years of experience in the corporate world. He is a Hague International leader as well, and a volunteer life coach in their church ministry. So ayan, mga kaibigan, i-welcome na natin on stage Mr. Nelson and Lucy D and Mr. John and Toni Miranda. Yay! Ayan.
Thank you for having us.
I'm so excited talaga. As I was telling the speakers earlier nga, I feel like Catherine Bernardo talaga in the movie 3 Words to Forever. Kasi that movie is, the setup of that movie is, she's interviewing a lot of couples and asking them kung paano ba sila tumagal and ano ba talaga ang road to forever. So let's start this conversation and actually begin with the question, how long have you been married? So let's start off with Mr. Nelson D first. Mr. Nelson and Lucy D, how long have you been together?
We'll be celebrating our 18th anniversary this coming April.
Wow, 18 years. Kayo naman po, Sir John, Miss Toni.
This year, we're going to celebrate our silver wedding anniversary. So that will be 25 years on September.
Congratulations. Wow, ang tagal na. Ayan. Do you agree in the saying, falling in love is easy, but staying in love is a choice? Ano kayang masasabi mo dito, Miss Lucy?
Staying in love is a deliberate choice. We made a vow for better or worse, for richer or poorer, or in sickness and in health. It's a choice.
Wow, choice. Eh, ikaw naman po, Sir John, what do you think?
Falling in love is actually easy kasi it may have a definition of more of the physical or emotional yung ano no, but in reality it's really very hard. Okay, if it's beyond the physical attraction, okay, and what's the other question? To stay in love is a choice. Well, yes, it is a choice kasi
Damandama mo yun.
actually, every day you are always presented with that choice kasi every day will always be a challenge in the marriage life.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ang sarap sa feeling siguro nung araw-araw kang pinipili.
Oo naman.
Ano?
Every morning pagising pa lang.
Okay. For Sir Nelson and Miss Lucy, why did you decide to marry despite the maturity in age?
Well, of course, one of the way to answer that is why not? It's never too late. You're never too old to fall in love and marry the woman you love. And of course, be happily ever after. I think what happens that as we get to know each other, age is not really the issue. In fact, actually, we're both grateful we married late because there's a certain advantage that the older you are, the more wisdom you're supposed to have, the more mature you're supposed to be. And so we're able to handle all those conflicts, all those disagreements better. I'm not saying that young people cannot do it. I have a lot of young friends who have a good head on their shoulders. I'm not saying also old people are also mature because I've seen old people also childish. So it depends. But in general, we're so grateful that we waited and then in our 40s, we decided to tie the knot.
Wow! That gives me hope. Baka hindi pa pinapanganak yung partner ko. Joke. No, kidding aside, Sir John, Miss Toni, your relationship. I watched the video. I was crying backstage. I was teary-eyed talaga. Why did you your relationship was tested with challenges. How did you keep your marriage together?
You want to answer first?
Ikaw muna.
Ikaw yung nagpatawad eh.
Oh, yeah. Ikaw muna. Ako yung salarinig.
Well, to be honest, no. How were we able to keep it together, the marriage together? Well, I think I believe that we were prepared for that. Kasi before it happened, yung talagang the biggest challenge of our married life, we were already grounded kay God. Okay? And I think that prepared us for the big challenge. And siguro the reason why we are able to sustain is because we always have God in our marriage.
We always tell, couples who always ask us for advice, we told them we converted our love triangle. We used to have the love triangle na pabaliktad ba?
Pointing down.
Pointing down. So it's really about the world, we compete with each other, everything about the world. Now we discovered a better love triangle. So they got worried. Sabi nila, so sino yung third party? Sabi nga si God. So because of that, it's a choice every day. Sabi nga to wake up every day being selfless, always making sure that how we talk to each other, how we address challenges in front of our children. Because it's not easy. It's not only us. We have our children observing how we respond in a way that it will glorify God. Kaya nga sabi ko, the beauty about obedience also, which both of us I believe did when I confessed, when He forgave, is God also protected our testimony, our children, and the people around us who will hear about what happened about the relationship. And the day-to-day thing now becomes beautiful. Because every day is not easy to wake up sa papagandahin ko na lang. Siyempre, submit to sa gwapo, di ba? But again, every day, especially now, we really have a lot of challenges, both inside, outside. And to sustain that is to always surrender to God.
Yes.
Miss Toni, follow-up question. Did you have a hard time forgiving yourself?
Yes, initially, because it has a lot of process to really go deep, rediscover the original design of God for me. Yes. Because, you know, the real enemy keeps on magnifying the shame and the guilt. So it's not really that easy. However, my husband's or my loved one, my sweetheart's decision also not to bring back the past in our day-to-day life helped me recover as well. Because, you know, confession and forgiveness they thought that it's the end. It's just the beginning of the whole, I don't want to call it struggle, journey. It's just the beginning of the whole journey. So the everyday repentance and making amends are, you know, we cannot do it on our own. We accepted that we can only do it at this stage. That's why we need God's power to enable us through the Holy Spirit. Yes.